the screen, you will see the agenda. Right now I'm sharing the PowerPoint presentation. If you want to make the screen bigger, you can go to the very top of your GoToMeeting screen, and there is a drop down. It might say everyone or talking now, and all you have to do is select the option that says hide everyone, so you can make the screen bigger. All right. This Pillar Part 5 session goes over how to find and collect patient payments. So best practices for you to learn how to collect the payments, how to find or look for the payments in the system. The AR18 report, so you can learn how to apply patient payments. And then patient collections, I'll show you how to create some collection categories and filter your patients into these categories, how to send patient statements, and we will be using some reports for patient payments. All right. So remember that the PM billing application is kind of a different software that you have to download in your computer. So I will be accessing my test account, username and password. And in just a few more seconds here, I will be getting the dashboard on the screen.
Put everybody up again. Let's see what happens.
All right.
So it must be hers.
Very good. So I already have the dashboard. This is the first screen that you will see when you access the PM site. And the first thing that I want to cover in the session is best practices on how to collect the payment and how to look for these payments in the future, right? So we recommend you, if you are collecting patient payments, to go into the patient record. We have two options to do it from the billing side. You can either click on patients and you can find your patients and look for the patient's name in the search bar right here in the Find Patient screen, or you can navigate to the very top of the screen. We have a search bar, so you can type in the patient's name right here directly, and that will take you to the patient record automatically. So I will be looking for one of my patients. I'll just double click the patient's name so I can access the record. Okay. And once we click or access the patient record, we have a collect patient payment option at the bottom of the screen. Now, this collect patient payment option will be the same as if you are collecting the payment in the clinical side. Okay, just to give you a basic example, visual example about collecting payments in the clinical side. Let me just log in real quick into the EMR. Okay. So right here, this is the clinical side of Tebra, right? This is a whole different platform, a whole different screen, and the PM is, different and separate. You can collect patient payments from either the PM, the billing side, this screen that I'm sharing right now, or from the clinical side, okay? So if you are collecting a payment here in the clinical side, the payment that you are collecting will transfer over to the PM side, okay? And the other way around. Meaning you don't have to collect the payment in both sides. If you will be using Tebra for both, for clinical and billing, you only have to collect the payment once in either the clinical or the billing sides, okay? Since we are reviewing the billing PM side, I will be collecting a payment from here. So I will be clicking the collect patient payment option at the bottom of my screen. And this will take me to this screen right here. We have a search bar, or we have like a field for me to type in how much I am collecting. So I will be collecting, $25 of a patient payment. I always recommend you to add a payment note whenever you are collecting a payment. This will allow you to look for the payment and view the details or view kind of a description of the payment, okay? So this will be for your reference. I always type in something like copay for date of service, October 30th, 2024, this was for the office visit with Dr. Jones, let's say. Okay, you can add whatever notes you want, but I always recommend you to add a note and be very specific. So if you need to look for this payment in the future, this will give you the information that you need. All right, this will only be visible to the practice and the billers in the practice. For the payment method, I have three options. So I will be, selecting credit card, cash, or check. My account don't have Tebra payments, so right here at the bottom left of the screen, we have a banner that says, discover Tebra payments. You can add it to your account. This is a feature that will integrate with your Tebra software and will allow you to save the credit card information so you can charge the same credit card in the future. So if you are interested in getting Tebra payments, all you have to do is click on this banner and discover Tebra payments, and that will allow you to submit an application. However, my account, I don't have Tebra payments. So the credit card option, cash or check, this will only be for recording purposes, right? I will be selecting the credit card only for recording purposes. I will be finalizing the payment, okay? I can create an itemized receipt. I will submit the payment, and this is my receipt, all right? So I have collected $25 via credit card. I have the payment date and a confirmation number. This receipt that you can see on the screen will be a read-only receipt, which means if I exit out of this screen or close the screen, or for some reason I don't save the receipt, but I need to close the screen, I will be losing this information. So there is no way that we can generate the receipt again for the payment that we are collecting. That's why it is the best practice for you to email the copy of the receipt. We have the email of the patient right here, or print a copy. So you can also save a copy as a PDF in your computer, or you can just print it and just save it as for documentation purposes. All right. Hi, Tanisha. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the session. My name is Natalia. I will be the trainer. We have started a few minutes ago, but we were reviewing how to collect the patient payment. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to help you.
Thank you so much. I apologize. I had meetings back to back today.
No worries. No worries. Thank you so much for joining. Very good. Great. So once you collect the patient payment, you will be getting the receipt. Remember, this is a one-time you receipt. So if you don't send a copy or print this out, you will be losing the view or losing the receipt. All right. Very good. Do you have any questions with the process of collecting a patient payment from the PM? If you want to learn how to collect the payments from the clinical side, there is a training session for that. The name is Office Staff Training. So it will be a great session for you to learn how to collect patient payments and manage the patient information from the EMR site. All right. Now, let's say that in the office, we have an office staff, we have a front desk, and that person is the one collecting the payments. You can look for the payments in the PM right here in the billing side. If you go to either encounters and you click on find payments, okay, that will allow you to go to the all tab, and you can come here and you can, I recommend you to uncheck the show on applied only, so you can show up all the payments that you have ever entered in the system before, and you can look for in a specific patient. So if I go to Corbin and I type in the patient's name at the very top of the search bar, I will be able to access all the patient payments that I have collected. And most importantly, we have the description over here. All right, so this will be how you can recognize, if this is the date of service, the copay for a specific date of service or a specific payment that you are looking for. All right, that's one of the options that we have to look for a patient payment. Another option is if you navigate to the patient payment from the record. So I will be looking for my patient, accessing the patient record, okay? And I will be clicking account. Right here at the very top, we have a few tabs. I will be clicking on the account tab. This account tab will give me a breakdown of all financial history, transactions, charges, everything that has to do with payments and bills for this patient. As you can see, we have a drop down so you can filter regarding cases if you want to show up the information for a specific case, or down at the bottom we have another drop down showing specific transactions. So if I'm looking for a patient payment, I can filter by saying recent payments, and this will give me for this particular patient all the payments that were collected before. And once again, we have the description right here. So I will have a guide and an idea of, what was the payment that was collected before, right? Very good. So that's how you can look for a patient payment from the PM site, either from the Find Payment screen or from the patient record in the Account tab over here. Any questions regarding how to look for a patient payment before we dive into how to post and apply a patient payment?
No, that's what I'm waiting on. Post and apply.
Perfect. So I'll close all these open windows over here, and I will be navigating to my list of claims. I want to show you something here. So if I click on Encounters, Track Claim Status window, this Find Claim screen will appear, and I will be filtering by using one of my statuses over here that says Ready for Patient Statements. And now let's move into, all these claims that are ready to send patient statements. When you have a claim in the system and you are sending the claim to the patient, not the insurance, but you are billing the patient itself, patient will pay out of pocket. We need to have, a case in the patient record showing the self-payment, method of payment, and all of this. And once you create the claim and attach the case, the self-payment case to the claim, the status of the claim will change to ready to send patient statements, which means you can send a patient statement so the patient can receive an invoice, the copy of the receipt. They will be able to see how much they need to pay, and then they will make the payment.
So I don't need this.
Now, sending a patient statement, it depends on your workflow. For example, there are practices that are collecting the patient payment before the appointments. In that case, you don't need to send a patient statement because you already collected the patient payment, right? So sending patient statements depends on, once again, how you are working with your practice and how you are billing your patients. I recommend you to send a patient statement if you are seeing the patient, you are creating the charges, and then you need to send the patient statement so the patient can be aware of, what are the charges, how much they need to pay, and they will make the payment afterwards, okay? If you collect the patient payment first, like I have seen, most of the practices that I have worked with, they are actually collecting patient payments before seeing the patient. And after you collect the patient payment, you will be creating the charges. The claim will be here in the system as ready to send patient statements, but you already have the payment, so you don't have to send the patient statements. Okay? Now, in that case, if you already have the charge, if you already collected the patient payment before, I recommend you to work from one of the reports, go to reports over here and say accounts receivable and click on AR aging. Okay. And this report, the AR aging report, will give you two different options. We have an option to navigate to the insurance AR aging, and we have patient accounts receivable. All right. I will be clicking on patient, so we can use and work from the patient's account receivable. All right. The patient's accounts receivable will show you the patient's name at the far left of the report. We have all these patients over here. At the far right of the report, we have a total outstanding, so how much we have the patient owing to the practice. So the total outstanding is the amount of the claim that we have in our system. Remember, this one right here for ready to send patient statements. And this is the amount that the patient needs to pay, right? This is the amount that the patient is owing to the practice. This amount has nothing to do with the insurance. This is only patient responsibility, right? And then we have the unapplied, which is the amount that we have collected from the patient.
Yeah,
in the previous example, for my patient Corbin, which is over here somewhere, let's see, Corbin is down here at the bottom of the screen. We collected $25, and in addition to the $25 that he had paid already, we have $50 already, in unapplied for him. So the unapplied amount is the amount that you have collected from your patients. All right. Now, in an ideal world, our advice will be for you to have the same outstanding and the same unapplied, which means that you have charged, you already have a claim with this amount outstanding for the patient, and you have collected the money already. So we have both amounts already in the report, and we are ready to post the patient payments, right? In the case that you go to your report and you see, there is total outstanding, but we don't have one applied, means that you didn't collect the patient payment. So you have to go to the patient record, go to collect patient payment at the bottom, and follow the same steps that we went and we covered at the beginning, okay? In the case that you have the unapplied over here, but you don't have total outstanding, like my second patient over here, means that I have collected already the payment from the patient, but I don't have the claim. I don't have a bill showing patient responsibility. This is common when, for example, you are billing insurance and there is a copay or there is a deductible or there is a coinsurance amount, that the patient needs to pay. That's why we recommend you to come to this report right after you post all of your insurance payments. We don't want you to post any patient payments ahead of time or when you are still waiting for the insurance payment. We want you to wait, process and post all the insurance payments, and then come to this AR agent report and post the patient payments. Okay? So most of these outstanding amounts that I don't have in the report just yet, maybe they are just waiting for the payment from the insurance to be posted. Okay? So that will be the first thing that I recommend you to do. Post all of your insurance payments, and then this will be the last step of the process. All right? Now, just to give you an example, let's look for a patient payment. Okay, this one right here, Jerry. This patient has $50 outstanding. He's owing $50. We have a claim for $50, and we have collected $50 already, right? So I will be posting this payment from this report. All you have to do is click on the unapplied amount, which is kind of a hyperlink. I will be clicking the 50 listed in unapplied. All right, that will take me to the edit payment screen for this patient, Jerry Mendez. And from this screen, you can add your batch number if you want. However, we don't recommend you to change or remove or add anything from this screen. That's fine. Down below, you will see the notes that you added when you were collecting the patient payment. So for example, I have here, this is a copay for date of service, July 16, 2024, visit with Dr. Jones, right? I will be clicking apply now, right here in the middle of the screen. And this apply screen will give me access to all service dates with patient responsibility. You will notice how this screen has nothing at all for me, right? I don't have any information here. This is common, so if you don't see anything on the screen, you have to go to the show only dropdown and change the option that says selected to the all option, okay? So I will be selecting the all option in the dropdown, and this will give me access to all service dates, including patient responsibility. The most important thing when you are posting patient payments is make sure that you are posting the payment to the line with patient responsibility. This one right here is pretty easy because I don't have any other lines. I only have one. And if you see, there is a column with patient responsibility, $50. If I check this box at the far left of the screen next to the service date, if I check the little box, this will be posting my payment. And now I have a payment received from the patient. We are settling. We are posting a $50 payment, and we don't have any unapplied amount anymore, right? So that's all you have to do. Open the unapplied amount, look for the patient responsibility line. If you don't see it, change the option to all in the show only dropdown, and then check the box and save, all right? And we will do it again so we can repeat the process, all right? Now, Jerry is still in the report. You will notice how he appears in the report again. All I have to do is go to the very top, refresh, and he will be removed. Since we have posted the patient payment, he will disappear from the report. Okay? Now, let's do another example real quick. I have, let's see, this patient right here, my patient Mickey Mouse. I have $50 for him and $50 unapplied. So this is perfect. We have the same amount in both sides. I will be clicking the 50 in unapplied. some reason this is not opening. I had the same issue with this patient before. So let's use another one right here. Actually, let's use our patient Corbin, the one that we were collecting the payment before.
Mm-hmm.
We have $50 on applied, but do you see how we don't have any outstanding?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do this real quick. I'll go to my encounters, create my encounter, okay? And I will be creating a bill for this patient to pay the $50 out of pocket, okay? So I will be sending these to the patient directly. I will be selecting a patient in my encounter. So let's say this is for Corbin. We need to select the case. Remember, that's why we need to create two different cases. One case is for the insurance, and another case is for the self-payment case, listed as self-pay over here. So I will be selecting the self-pay, telling the system the patient is the responsible for the payment. I will be adding a date. So let's say yesterday, provider, that will be fine. I'll be adding some random codes. Okay, let's do number of units, number 1, let's say 50, okay? And the total charge is now 50. Now this screen is what we call the encounter screen, right? If you wanna learn how to create an encounter from scratch and how to add all this information in the screen, we recommend you to take Biller Part 2. Now, I'll approve the encounter. Yep, let's approve anyways. And now we have a bill created in the system for $50 for this particular patient, right? And this is going to the patient because of the case. Now, if I go back to the report, Corbin is still here with no outstanding. I will be refreshing the screen, okay? And you will notice how now I have Corbin listed as, $50 outstanding, 50 unapplied. All right. I will be clicking the unapplied amount, and this will give me access to the two different separate lines or dates that I have collected payments from this patient, right? One of these patients was collected on October 28th, and this one was the payment that we just collected at the beginning of the training, all right? Both of these will give me the description, so this will, give me the details of each of the payments. The process will be the same. So even though I have two different lines, I have to do the same process for each of the lines. So double click one line first. Okay, go to apply now. I don't see anything on the screen, so I will be changing the all option in the drop down. And I need to look for the patient responsibility line. If I check the box for the line that has no patient responsibility, as soon as I try to save, this will give me a warning or a pop-up on the screen telling me there is a credit. And we don't want to create any credits in the patient's account, okay? To fix the credits, we need to reverse the patient payment, pretty much. So we don't recommend you to apply any credits. Please make sure that you are selecting the patient responsibility line, okay? So we have $25 on applied. I will be selecting patient responsibility, 50 over here, check the box, and apply the payment of $25. All right, let's save. Now we still have one more line. So let's do the same with these other payments. I will be double clicking the line. Okay, same as before, let's apply now. And I don't see the patient responsibility over here. I will be changing the option in the drop-down and go to the one with patient responsibility, okay? The unapplied amount is 25, patient responsibility is 25. As soon as I check the box, the system will settle the line, the transaction, which means that we don't have any more balance to post over here. So that's why we have a settled option at the bottom in the transaction history. All right, and I'll save. As soon as I save and I don't have any more unapplied amount, any more responsibility outstanding amounts over here in the patient record or in the report, as soon as I refresh, the patient will disappear. So we don't have Corbin anymore in the report, okay? Now, what happens if you have, let's say you have collected more than what you have in outstanding, right? All you have to do is post the payment the same way that I did before, and most likely when you finish, you will still see unapplied over here. The unapplied will, the outstanding amount will disappear because you already posted these using the unapplied amount that the patient had before, but you will still have a remaining in unapplied. So you can just leave it there for any future payments. And as soon as you see the patient again in the future, you will be using the remaining unapplied listed in the report. All right. Do you have any questions? Any questions at all regarding how to post patient payments?
Do you?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Okay.
Natalia, I do have a question. You said a couple minutes ago that we shouldn't post patient payments until we get paid by insurance. But let's say that we're taking a large payment that goes towards someone's deductible. If we don't post the payment, how will the insurance company know that I've already taken the payment?
Good question.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, the insurance company will send you, remember when they make the payment, they will send you, Sarah, the explanation of payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the explanation of payment, they will explain or give you kind of a breakdown of, the payment that they made.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, let's say, and I have an explanation of payment here that I can show you as an example.
But like their benefit doesn't kick in until they pay $1,000, let's say. And if I'm chunking that out in a couple payments and collecting that from the patient when they're in office, how will the insurance company know that they've hit their deductible through their payments to us if I'm not posting that before I'm submitting anything?
It doesn't matter because they know
Right.
what they're gonna pay.
And I'm sorry.
Well,
The
yes, go
insurance
ahead.
never knows what you collect from a patient. They'll always still put on that EOB a patient or a member's responsibility
So
to
they'll
you,
always
whether
know.
you've collected it or not.
Yes.
They'll never be able to see that.
So she
They'll just see
explained
what they apply to that patient's responsibility, whether you collect it or not.
That's
They'll
right.
never see that.
Okay.
And I don't know just because I've been doing billing for 20 years, so I'm just new to Tebra. So, yeah, we can take payments for patients all day, every day. The insurance companies will never know what we collect on our end as a provider. They'll just simply put whatever is the member's responsibility based on copay, co-insurance, deductible, or whatever the case is. But they'll never know what
you
we've
collected anyway. It don't matter because they're only gonna pay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to bring this up, Sarah. This is kind of a sample that I use in certain trainings, and this is kind of an example of what the insurance company will send you. So they will send you their payment and what is the responsibility of the patient. But yeah, I think they will never know.
Good. Let's leave it at
Okay.
that.
All right.
Move on.
So thank you, Tanisha, for the insight. I appreciate it.
Explain that to patients almost every day.
That's layman terms too.
Awesome. Any other questions regarding how to post patient payments
I got you hot under the collar.
this report?
No, that was good.
Oh, okay.
All right. Now, Sarah, based on your previous question, I am thinking just in the possibility that you may have some credits in your accounts. If you go to this report, the AR aging report, if you have posted any patient payments before processing the insurance payments, we will be creating credits in the patient's account. We refer as a credit as the money that we posted before receiving the insurance payment. So these will show up in the report if you go to the show hide report columns, and we have a credit column over here, so you can just uncheck the box, and this will show you patients with credits. So this is money that we posted before, or to a line that has no patient responsibility, let's say. If you see that you have any credits, the best or the only way that we have to fix this is from the patient record, we need to navigate to the payment that was posted incorrectly, and we need to reverse it. So let me know if you need me to go through this process so I can explain to you how we can do it. Maybe we can stay a few minutes after the session so you can do it yourself. You can share the screen and we can do it together. Or if anybody else in the session has credits, let me know so we can cover the process.
Thanks, Natalia. I personally don't have any credits that I need to deal with. I have a lot of unapplied payments that I need to
Yeah.
figure out to do with,
Okay.
even though, whatever.
Can you,
Okay,
can
thank
you
you.
tell her
Okay.
we wanna
Yeah.
do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I recommend you to start posting these unapplied payments over here if you have outstanding. If you have both, like outstanding and unapplied, you can go ahead and post the payments. Yes, Carlton, do you have a question?
Go ahead.
Could we actually go through the reverse once when you were done with this? We'd like to see how you do the claim reverse or the credit reverse.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, something important to mention is this credit or the reversal process that I'm about to show you, this is only for patient payments, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have a whole different process when it's, a reversal coming from an insurance. So in this case, we have this patient, Joanna, my mental health patient, and she has a credit. How do I know? Because I went to the show hide report columns and I, checked the credit box. Now, for me to fix this credit, I need to navigate to the patient record. If I click on the patient's name from here, I won't be accessing the patient record. I will be accessing the claims outstanding at the moment, okay? So my recommendation is go to patients and look for your patient over here or type in the patient's name in the search bar so you can access the patient record. So I will be looking for my patient in the patient's screen. You wanna okay, and access the record. Now, from this screen, we will navigate to the account tab, okay? So I will be clicking account, and we have a credit right here because under the patient balance column, I have an amount, the same amount that I have in the report, AR aging, and this amount will be in parentheses, all right? So that's how I can determine that there is a credit over here. Okay, the amount needs to match what you have in the report, and this amount will be mostly in parentheses. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I will be double clicking the line with the credit from the patient record account, and that will take me to the claim. So let's open the claim over here. We are in the edit claim screen. And we have the transaction history, which will tell me, the line for the payment that was posted incorrectly. In this case, I was creating the claim, I transferred the claim to the primary insurance, I billed the insurance, and while the claim was being processed by the insurance, I came here and posted the patient payment. So without, waiting for the insurance payment, I just posted the payment, and that's causing the credit. I will be double clicking the payment. Okay, so once you double click the payment, you will be accessing the edit payment screen. Let's go to apply. And right here, I will be accessing the line with the credit. How do I know which line I need to click on? The one with patient responsibility, the number between the parentheses, right? Right here down below in the transaction history, I will be going to the more plus once you are in the payment, okay? And you will be typing or selecting the option that says payment. And since we are reversing a patient payment, we need to type in the same amount, but in negative. So in my case, will be $5, okay? And then post. And what we are doing by reversing this payment is putting the money back into unapplied. So now if I go back to the AR aging report, let's go back to the patient that had the credit. I didn't save just in case, so the credit is still in my report. What we are doing after we save and we reverse the credit is these $5 listed in a credit column will be back into unapplied. So from the unapplied amount, you can decide if you want to leave these for any future payments and you want to post it later on, or if you want to apply a refund, or, I'll show you how to create a refund in just one more minute. But that's how we will be fixing the credits. The idea is that you won't have any credits over here in this report. Okay? Yeah. So there are a lot of steps, I know, in the case that you need help creating credits or kind of a refresher. Remember that if you go to customer care from help over here, customer care, you can create a ticket and send it to the training team. Let me show you what you will get if you go to help. Okay, this is how you can create a new case or a new ticket. So once you create a new ticket, you can send it to the training team, and you can put attention Natalia in the subject, and I will be happy to help you. Okay, you can say, help reversing payments from patients, or any type of question that you may have regarding, this process. I know it's kind of difficult. It's a lot of steps. So I hope that will answer your question.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Now, going back to the same report, I also want to talk about the refunds. Now, when we have, for example, let's say that we have collected payments from the patients, and after we apply the payments, we still have unapplied amounts over here. Let's use the second patient to be more specific. So I have collected the patient payments. Maybe the patient paid more than what I needed. After posting the payments, I still have unapplied amounts over here. If I see unapplied amounts here, I have two options. I can leave this money here in the report so I can use it for future payments, or I can apply a refund. You will be refunding the money back if you click the unapplied amount, okay? And down at the bottom from this screen, we have a refunds button. Okay, so you will click on refund on applied amount from this screen, and this will open the new refund screen for you. So we already have the patient, we already have, the date of the service, or the date that we are, well, this is actually the date that we collected the patient payments, because it was yesterday. And down below here, we have a payment method option. So if you are refunding the patient payment and you are creating a check, for example, you can document it and say check. However, the system is not going to create a check for you, or an electronic fund transfer, or a cash payment, or a credit card transaction. These options are for recording purposes only. In the memo section, you can add notes. So you can say refunding the money back to the patient, they overpaid. Okay? And then down at the bottom, we have an amount to refund. So I can come here and I can say, yeah, maybe I don't need to refund the full $100. Maybe I want to refund 50. So you can edit this amount over here. Okay? I will be refunding the full 100. So we can see an example with the full amount as a refund. And then the status will have two options. We have a draft and we have an issued. Now, we recommend you to list these refunds as issued so we can document it in the system as already sent to the patient, okay? And if you have any reference number, any check number, transaction number that you want to document, the reference number will be the best option for you to add the number, all right? And then just save. Save again, and once I save, I'll be back to the report. Again, remember, we have to refresh so we can, show the updated information. So I will be refreshing the screen, and now we don't have Ernest anymore in the report. We have applied a refund. And if you want to keep track of all of the refunds that you have ever created, you can go to Encounters, find refunds over here, and you can look for your patients in the search bar, or take a look on all the other refunds that you have created before. Okay, so this will be how you can create a refund. Any questions so far? Okay, perfect. No questions regarding refunds or how to post payments. Very good. Great. So now that we have seen how to collect a patient payment, how to look for a payment, how to post patient payments, fix the credits, apply refunds, let's dive into patient statements. I want to show you a few things that you can manage in the settings section, so you can add some information to your patient statement, and then I'll show you how to send the patient statements. Okay. Now, remember that the patient statements, and I'll go back to my list of claims. Patient statements are, let's go back in here and let's filter by ready for patient statements. So these are the claims that are ready to be paid by the patient, right? And if you want to send a patient statement, there is an option for you to send it. But if you don't want to send a patient a statement, that's also fine. And that's when you will go to the report and post the patient payments from here, okay? Now, if you prefer to send a patient a statement, or if you will be sending a patient a statement anyways, my recommendation is go to your settings, first of all, click on options, and then patient statement options at the bottom here, okay? And this screen will have some important information that all of your statements will show up, right? Such as the office hours, the credit cards that you accept in the practice. We have some messages at the far right of the screen that you can add, and this will be visible for every patient receiving the patient statements. I have two, very basic, just for you to grab the functionality. Thank you for choosing my practice, and remember that our office will be closed during the holidays, okay? And down at the bottom here, we have some default information that you can add to your statements. For example, the days between the statements. So just to give you an example, let's say that I want to send a patient statement, but I don't really want to send patient statements every day. I may need, I don't know, to have a week in between, let's say. So I can put in here
Is there
7
another
days,
one today?
right?
Mm-mm.
So the system will
The other was
allow me to
two
send
tomorrow.
patient statements with 7 days in between. Maximum statements sent per patient, okay? So this is important. For example, if you don't want to send 20, 30 patient statements for the same visit, maybe your limit will be 3. And with a 3 statements, the patient will be able to see, how much they owe. And if they don't pay after 3 statements, maybe you are sending the patient to collections, for example. All right? And then we have the minimum balance. So how much will be the minimum for you to send a patient statements? Maybe it's not worth it for you to send a patient statement for a bill of, $50 or $100. So maybe for more than, I don't know, let's say $1,000, you will be sending a patient statement. All right? After you save, you are ready now to send the patient statements, which is quite easy. All you have to do is go to the bottom of the screen and send patient statements down here. I am in the Find Claim. So if you go to the Track Claim Status window, you will find the same screen that I have on my computer right now. Or you can also go to Encounters and send patient statements from here. Okay? If I click either of these options, send patient statements from Encounters or at the bottom of the screen, I will be getting the same filters that I got before in the previous screen and the statement delivery options. So we can send patient statements via the following methods. We have email down here, text, and mail options. My training demo account has the mail option enabled. That's the only way that I can send the patient statements because I don't have Tebra payments. So the email and text will be grayed out for me. Okay? Now, if you want to send email statements or text statements, this is how they will look like. This is what the patient is getting, just a normal email with the option to make a payment. Since you will be using Tebra payments, this will allow you to, take the patient to the patient portal screen, and they can enter the credit card and they can pay online. And the money will be automatically deposited in your bank account. All the email statements and text statements will be free and unlimited, so you can send as many statements as you want. And once again, patients can pay online, right?
But
And this is an example
in your
with the
bank
text
account
statements.
right away.
So
That's
same as
right.
before,
Takes
patient
a
will be
couple of
taken to the
days.
patient portal. They have to log in and add the credit card information, submit the payment, and this will be automatically added to your bank account. Okay? This is if you have Tebra payments. Now, if you don't have Tebra payments, we have the mail-in house option or the in-house statements. The difference between this one and this one right here is this one right here with the colors and the QR code and, this information, very pretty, very, nice on the screen. This will have a cost. So if you send these mail-in house statements, the system will do it for you. They will mail the statements out to the patients, but they will have a cost of $1.05 the first page, and every additional page, 24 cents. All right? So please be mindful, you can generate these at any time without having Tebra payments. However, this will have a cost.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want to pay, we have the in-house statements, which is the free option. This will show up, all the information regarding the payment that the patient is owing, and this is completely free. So you can download it, you can send it yourself to the patient, or print it out and give it to the patient.
So,
All right.
have we
So
been
how to
missing
generate the
the
normal,
statements?
well, this option, the in-house and the mail in-house type of statements. So when you add in the statement delivery options, I will be deleting a few of these things. This is my training demo account. And all of my statements will show up based on my criteria. So I always, delete all of these numbers so I can just show up a few patients on the screen. All right. Now, from this screen, I can select the patients that may receive a statement. Okay, let's select only one over here. And I will be selecting at the bottom of the screen, we have two options. You can send the patient statements, this first button at the bottom left of the screen. You have selected one patient to receive a statement. Do you want to continue? I'll say yes. And this will be the paid option. Okay, so warning, you will be charged a transaction fee for each patient statement. So this will let you know, hey, you have a fee for these statements. Okay, if you don't want to pay, I recommend you to click on other, okay, and select the print patient statement option. So if you click the print patient statement, I will be saying, yes, I want to continue. This will be generating a PDF. And on my screen, you will see how the PDF will appear with the information of the statement. Okay. Very good. At the bottom left of the screen, we have my global messages. So thank you for choosing my practice, and remember that our office will be closed during the holidays. So this will be visible for every patient on every single statement.
Because of the settings, right?
All right. Now, let's say that you want to send a specific patient note in a specific statement. Let's say that, for example, if I go back to my statement, if I show you this, do you see the balance at the far right of the screen? This one, $100. It doesn't specify that this is the deductible or, the coinsurance or the copay of the patient. So that's kind of the example that I use to, add a note to a specific patient statement. If you want to let the patient know, hey, this $100, the balance that you show up in your statement is because of your deductible, or a specific, message that you want to send to any of your patient statements, I recommend you to go to your patient record. So this patient is, let's see, let me just take a look here real quick. I always get confused.
That's the name, test
with
training.
the patient information. So patient number is 833. Okay, so let's look for the patient ID 833. All right, the patient is the test patient. All right, so I will be going to the patient record. I will be clicking on account, okay? And down at the bottom of the screen, we have an add note option. And I will be adding my specific notes that I want to show up in the next patient statement. So I will say, your balance reflects your deductible amount, okay? And at the far right of the screen, I can add the note to the next patient statement and say, okay, and save. All right, so now if I go back and let's close this PDF over here, let's go back to our find claim screen, send patient statements again, let's say no, so we can go back and do this again. Okay, send patient statements, let's remove these numbers, let's say number one, show patients, okay, other, print patient statements, let's say yes. No. All right. This is my new patient statement. And if I'm not mistaken, at the bottom of the screen, your balance reflects your deductible amount. So this is how you can add a specific note to a patient statement if you want to communicate something, to this specific patient. This will not appear for all the patients, but only for this particular patient. Now, something important is if you don't want to have the note anymore in the patient statement, you have to go back to the patient record and remove the note manually. So account, add a note, and was that my patient? Your balance reflects your statement. Oh, clear a statement note. I apologize. I always get confused with these options. Clear a statement note at the bottom of the screen next to the add note option. Clear a statement note. Say okay, and that will be removing the note for the future statements. All right.
So this is one
Very
of those
good.
systems where
And
there's
that's
so
how you
much
will
you
be
can learn. That,
managing the patient statement.
yeah, you just have to get
Do you
in
have
there
any
and play
questions?
around with it.
All right. Perfect. Very good. So if you don't have any more questions regarding patient statements, whenever you send a patient statement, you can mark them as sent. So the default option will always be yes. I will say no because this is my training account. I normally use these for, examples, but you can say yes, and the system will mark the claim as pending patient. So now we can collect the patient payment. After we send the statement, we can go ahead and post the payment from the report. And as soon as we post the payment, the claim status will change to completed. Okay, so that will be kind of the life cycle of a claim that will be paid by the patient. All right.
I like how she
And the
did
last
it.
part that I want to
Life
cover here
cycle.
for, within the training is patient collections. And this will be for practices that will be using a collection company or a collection agency. If you will not be using a collection agency but want to learn how to do it, you can definitely stay. If you will not be using at all a collection agency, you can leave the session. That's perfectly fine. Thank you for attending. I will be going to my settings real quick
that's when
in
they don't pay.
other lists and click the new collection category or find the collection categories. Okay. And I want to show you my collection categories that I currently have in the system. I have a few. Number one, we have a current, and I have a few that I have created before. I have a collection notice, review for collections, send to collections, budget agreement. We have one for BAP patients. All of these categories that you see on the screen are categories that I could use so I can filter my patients. And if I need to send these patients to collections, they will be already in a collection category. So I can run a report, and this report will have all the patient information that the collection agency needs to use to, get the money from the patient, basically. So that's the main purpose of a collection category. I will show you my second collection category right here. The name is collection notice, and I have created this one for patients that already received 2 statements. They ignore the 2 statements, and the final statement will be sent with the collection notice. When you are creating a collection category, we have an option for you to send a patient statement. So if you send a patient statement to these particular patients included in the collection category, this message will appear only for these patients, okay? My message says, this is the last notice you will receive to make a payment. Please call or mail the payment so we can settle your balance, okay? And we can also select the option to add an alert. So I can add a patient alert right here. And it says patient did not pay after 2 statements. We have sent a collection notice, all right? You have to add the patients to the collection categories manually. So I will be looking for one of my patients, let's say Corey. Corbin will be the name. Okay, let's access the patient record. And right here, we have an account section, okay? Down at the bottom of the screen, I will be clicking the change collection category option, and this will give me access to all my collection categories. So I'll say send to collections, which is number 2, collection notice. and say okay and save. As soon as I add a patient to the collection category, if I go back to the patient record again, I will be able to see the collection alert. So I have the patient did not pay after 2 statements, the collection notice was sent, and I can, in addition, generate a report, so patient collection summary under accounts receivable. And this report will show me all the patients that were added before to my collection categories. In this case, I have, patient collections detail, and I have all my patients over here. All right. This contact information is the one that you have in your demographic information when you were adding the patient record in the system. And this will be sent to the collection agency so we can, they can follow up and contact the patient, right? We have a few ways. You can print this out. You can export the report in an Excel file. You can print the PDF. That will be up to you. All right. Now, collection categories will not be only for collections. Maybe you will not be working with a collection category or a collection agency, sorry. I have one for BIP patients, for example. So any patient that I add to my BIP patient list will have, this description. This is kind of an internal description. Mm-hmm. I can select the option to send or not send a patient statement. So if you have any patient in your practice that maybe, I don't know, for any special reason, you won't be sending any patient statements at all. You will be settling the balance. You can create a collection category. You can add a patient, and you can select this or uncheck the box, and they will never be receiving a statement. And if they are, they can add a specific message, to show up in the patient statements. In addition, we can add a patient alert. So that will be also very helpful. The only detail is if you add a patient to the patient category and you add a patient alert and you are not really using this for collection purposes, this will always say collection alert, okay? So be mindful that we cannot delete the collection alert type of heading, let's say. All right. Perfect. So hopefully that will work for, some of you if you will be using collection agencies or just categories that you can use to filter your patients. Do you have any questions so far? All right. Perfect. So if you don't have any more questions, well, that will be it for the session. I appreciate you joining. Hopefully you will learn more about patient collections and how to handle patient payments. If you still have questions, I'll stay here for a few extra minutes and I'll be happy to help you with any questions. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.
All right.
Hi, Natalia. Are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, okay. So is it okay if we share our screen? I had a couple of questions and I wanted to see.
Yes.
Okay. Oops, what happened?
Mm-hmm. Is it open? Did you go down here?
Oh, this is what I'm supposed to click here, right?
Oh, yeah.
There should be an option to share the screen, and then you have to select the screen that you want to share, and then click share.
Oh, okay. Oh,
okay. So
which screen?
Click on what's the website? It's Tebra, right?
Tebra. Uh-huh.
And then once you hit Tebra, then you hit share.
Okay, perfect. So,
awesome. I can see it now.
You see, okay, perfect. So what happened is I have a patient I've been seeing since July, and I found out that I was billing the wrong insurance. And so all of the bills that I've sent, it's showing up as a credit in her account, and it freaked me out. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how to fix this. So in her account.
Can you show me, what is your name? I'm sorry, I can only see Carlton's name.
I'm Althien. So we're both on the
Okay,
same account.
okay. Awesome, thank you. So Alpian, can you stop sharing and can you share the PM site? It will be
Oh.
easier to see it from the PM
From the
viewing site.
PM, let me bring it up here. Okay, let me bring it up.
Can you still see it, Natalia?
No, we're gonna have to.
I
Oh.
can see the web application, but I don't see the PM. I think
Okay.
you have to stop sharing and yeah.
Reshare, start again, okay, let's see.
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
Where is? Do you know where's the camera?
I can make myself the presenter if that will be easier, and then make yourself again
Yes, that
as
one.
the presenter. Okay.
Can you see the screen? No? Hold on.
No, you have to click the share. Yeah.
I'm trying to get back to that,
Maybe it's in here.
the camera. Because it's usually the go-to. Let me see. It's not down here. Maybe it's this one.
Maybe you had. It looks like
It's
it.
here, right here.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Okay, so let me find the one. Is it this one? I think it is. Yep. Okay.
Share,
Can I
share.
share? Oh, there we go. Can you see this one now?
I can, but I can see the web application.
You
I
still
don't see the
can't.
PM
I
site.
chose this. Oh, that was the
No.
account. Okay, let's try this
Well,
again.
Yeah.
What about that one?
It is this one. I chose the account, so
Okay.
it should be that one. Okay, let's see. We will share one more time. Tebra, there we go. No, see, this isn't that the account?
Can you share maybe the entire screen? What happens if you click the entire screen instead of like a specific window? Yeah.
Entire.
Right here. I think you gotta get out of
Get
that.
out of that,
and then,
okay. Does it say something else?
I don't see entire screen. Let's see.
I'm sorry. This
Maybe.
is.
Maybe you can
No
verbalize
worries,
it. Right,
no
right there,
worries.
right there.
That's fine.
Oh, there it
Take
is.
your time.
There we go. We found it. Entire screen, but it's not highlighting. Okay.
Oh, you have to click on the screen. Yes, I can see it now.
Perfect. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Can you open the PM for me?
And that was this one, right?
Yes.
Okay, unlock it.
Well, the one above right there, that's the login screen, but if you go to the other one, you already have one open.
Oh, I do have it open?
Yeah. Is this the third one that you have right there in that list? So yeah, that one right there.
Oh no, I thought I had it open to the actual site.
Maybe you can
Okay,
verbalize.
so maybe you just need to sign in
verbalize
again.
too.
Yeah, that was it. I closed it. Okay, yeah, I'll just re-sign in here. Yeah, that is it. Can you see it now, Natalia?
Yes, I can see it now.
Yeah,
Thank
there it
you.
is.
Okay.
It is. Okay.
Okay, so can you go to your encounters? Let's click on encounters at the very top.
Okay.
And I want you to go to the track claim status window. So so I can view all of your claims.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the patient that was using the incorrect insurance?
These down here.
Gatch.
Yeah, Gatch for the.
Okay, for Nicole. Okay,
Mhm.
got it. And we have one encounter for 3 different codes. Can you open one of these? Can you double click in one of these lines?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And yeah, can you
It's a
click on
mess.
the encounter? Okay, so I see right there where it says encounter. Do you see the patient's name, and there is like down below a number 1 for encounter? So can you click on that, please?
Here?
We're here. Number 1 up there.
There is like a
Oh,
patient's name
here.
and number 1.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
So click on number 1 so you can access the encounter, please.
Okay.
Double click.
I did. Okay.
Okay. And okay, let's see. So the case was Blue Cross Blue Shield, and that's the incorrect one, right?
Right. I think I had it under of New Jersey, but it's supposed to be Arizona.
Okay. Can you open the case for me? Just double click the Blue Cross Blue Shield case
Right here?
name.
Okay. Yeah, see the New Jersey. This is the policy, but I was billing it under Blue Cross of
Arizona.
Horizon.
Arizona.
I'm doing it under different.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay. So this one right here that you have on the screen, this is incorrect, right? This is not part of the patient. Okay. So can you click on this Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona? Just click on the line.
Right here? Okay.
Yeah. Just click on the insurance plan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I want you to uncheck the active box at the far right of the screen. Do you see how it says gender and there is like an active box?
Uh-huh.
So I want you to uncheck. Yeah,
This?
you don't need to have it. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that option, we use that option because when patients are not using this insurance, or maybe that was added by error,
Uh-huh.
this is the only way to tell the system, do not bill any more claims to this insurance. Okay, so
Oh,
just
okay.
inactivate the insurance, and you can add your notes down
Okay.
there, so you
Uh-huh.
can document it if you want, or you can save.
Okay. Something like that?
Let's see.
Wrong insurance
Yeah,
plan?
that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect, and now you can save.
Okay. So I have to do that with each case?
Yes, if you have more patients with the same issue, you have to do the same.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
that is
No,
correct.
but I mean with this
And now,
patient, for her.
well, for her, what we need to do now is
Uh-huh.
go to the far right of the screen and add the right policy. So if you click on add, you will be adding the right policy for the patient.
Oh.
So you have to select here the right one. Do you have it, or?
Yeah, it is. They're both the same.
Right. So maybe we need to add a new one to the settings, or?
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
let me
what will
see.
be the right policy for the patient? That's the first thing I need to know.
Okay, let me bring it up. I can see. QMHS. I think she's in here. Okay. So this is what I have for her. Can you see that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Okay, so it says Honeywell International. Okay, and that's Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't see like I don't see like the address of that plan. Do you?
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Oh, you didn't get the backside?
Oh, I do. I don't know what I have it under. So is that what I need, the actual address for that one?
Yes,
Because it
we
had a
will need to
Phoenix.
add the actual plan that the patient is using,
Uh-huh.
including the address, the policy number, the
Oh.
name of the plan,
Okay.
and yeah, and then you can go back to the encounter.
Uh-huh.
Usually, when you are creating encounters and you are selecting a case, you
Uh-huh.
cannot change it, but I just enabled a feature in your account and you are able to change the case now.
Oh, okay. So I can go in and make the changes, put in the new insurance, and then
Yes, and then go back to the encounter and let me show you what you will need to do.
Okay.
Can you exit out of this screen?
Uh-huh. Just up here?
Yeah, just cancel.
Oh,
Yeah,
cancel.
just
Okay.
no, not that one. The
Oh,
other one,
no.
the other X for the main screen. Yeah, like
Okay.
the new insurance policy screen. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. You can cancel out of this one. Oh.
I did. I canceled everything, I think. Hold up.
No worries, no worries. You can open it again.
Slow
That's
down,
fine.
Louise.
I know, problem. Okay, let me do. So do you want me to go back into the PM? Or,
Yes,
okay.
it will be just for me to show you how
okay.
you can change the case.
Gotcha. And we really do appreciate the tutorials. They really do help.
Yes. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Yes,
I really hope so.
they do.
All right. So, okay, go back to your track claim status window, please.
Okay.
And let's open one of Nicole's claims.
Okay.
So one of the last claims that you have there, you just have to open or double click yes.
Okay. So these are all of the claims I have for her, huh? All of these over
yes,
to the.
That is correct.
Gotcha.
That is correct.
Oh.
Now there is something I'm seeing here is the claim status is in pending insurance, which means that you have sent the claim already. I know you were using the incorrect case, but it was already sent, you know. So the claim has been processed or it's being processed right now by the insurance, the incorrect insurance. It is very possible that you will get either a denial.
I did.
I am pretty sure you will be getting a denial. Okay, you did?
Yes, I did. And I thought that's what it said. So if I go to, what are the reports? The clearinghouse, right? If I go to the clearinghouse.
Yes.
It already made it past the clearinghouse.
I know. That's what I'm looking for, the one that were rejected.
Oh, okay, but if you click on electronic remittance, yeah, and uncheck the show on reviewed only at the far right of the screen, just uncheck the box. Yeah, I don't really think this insurance company sent you
a denial.
Oh, okay, we have, let's see, this is actually a payment received from Cigna. Okay, so yeah, you didn't receive anything from Blue Cross just yet.
No.
That's good.
Okay.
The other tab that you have there is for claim processing. That one is for the rejections. So it has nothing to do with the denials at all. It's a whole different thing.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah,
So,
the rejections are coming from the clearinghouse, not from the insurance.
Okay. So how come all of those charges are carried over to the account? That's what confuses me. It's like it was almost $1,000, so I sort of freaked out. I know it's 3 claims that I'm waiting to hear from, but they're just sitting in the system because of this, because of the clearinghouse.
When you say that they are carrying over to the account, what do you mean?
You know, in the clinical part of Tebra, the account that I brought up, all of these charges here, this is what comes up under her account when I go to the clinical part in Tebra. So it's showing everything You see the
Yes,
balance?
but this is
Okay.
yeah, I can see the screen, but this is like the list of all the transactions that you have ever made for the
Oh,
patient. So it's
oh,
not
okay.
necessarily that this is patient responsibility.
Uh-huh.
This is everything that has been created, everything that has been collected, everything that has been sent to the insurance. So the best option for you to see the
Uh-huh.
actual transactions will
Uh-huh.
be from the PM into the
Okay.
claim.
Okay.
Okay, so if you go back to the PM,
Uh-huh.
and open your edit claim, one of the open windows that you have right there
Uh-huh.
on the left hand side of the screen, there is like an open windows box.
Right here,
The second one,
edit claim.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
So if you see this screen, let's see. Okay, this is the best way for you to understand what happened to a claim. You know, the transaction history. So you can
Okay.
see when the claim was created,
Uh-huh.
the claim was transferred, then you got a rejection,
Uh-huh.
you rebuild the claim,
Uh-huh.
and if you scroll down, we have, let's scroll down. Okay, you rebuild the claim again, and it was already sent to the insurance. So we don't have any patient responsibility as of right now.
Oh.
We only have, that the claim it's been sent, was already sent to the insurance,
Uh-huh.
and they are processing the claim. However, it's pretty possible that they will send you a denial because
Okay.
it was the wrong insurance, right?
Okay. So
Yeah.
will I have to do anything to clear this, or this will just be part of the record as,
No, that will be part of, that will be
Okay.
part of the record of the claim. That is correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first thing that you have to do when you are dealing with this situation, when you are sending a claim to the incorrect insurance, is update the case. Okay? Just the way we did it before.
Okay.
Go to the case,
Uh-huh.
uncheck the active box if that was never active for the patient, add the new insurance to the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then from this screen, can you go to encounter? Can you go to where it says encounter number 1? Just
Right
click
here?
on the number 1 right there.
Okay.
Yes.
Double click.
Okay.
Okay. And then once you update the case for this patient, you can go where it says case. Do you see the little box that says case?
This one? Okay.
Right there in the encounter. Let's see. Yes.
Okay.
And then you can say, select a different case. We'll reassign all the claims related to this encounter. Do you want to continue? You can say yes.
Oh, got it.
Okay, and now you can select the right case. Okay, that's the feature that I just turned on for your account.
Okay.
This is, this wasn't possible before without the feature being on, right? So now you are able to change it, but you have to make sure that you are adding the right case and the right insurance to the case.
Okay. And that way, so I'll go in and do that with all of the ones that I have sitting in there for claims, correct?
Well, you will do it for the patients that you were using the incorrect case for. So if you were sending a claim to the incorrect insurance, you need to do this. Yes.
Okay. And so one more question. After I put in the correct insurance, I can go in and rebill. Do I capture the charge to?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yes. You will need to come to this screen and say actions, and there is an option to rebill.
Here?
If you click on actions right there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So actions rebill. Okay, so got it. Thank you. Yeah, that's very helpful. And then one more question about, you were talking about, so I collected a copay for a patient, which happened to be 2 actual copay visits in one encounter. I have the clinical part, so I billed it through the Tebra, and you say it comes over here automatically. And when I go in to apply the charge, I don't have to create another encounter, right? Because that was the one you saw that's pending the insurance payment. Let me see, where were we?
Okay. Well, let me take a look on your reports. Can you go to the reports and click on AR aging, accounts receivable?
Reports, AR aging.
accounts receivable, the
Oh.
second
Mhm.
option,
AR,
This
that's it.
one? Okay.
and then AR aging. Yes.
Okay.
And when you open the report, can you click on patient?
Patient.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So what is the patient that you collected the money from?
This one.
William or
Brent Piercy.
Brent? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it. So do you see how it says unapplied 100 and outstanding 100?
Oh,
That
okay.
means that the patient had, a claim
Mhm.
already with patient responsibility 100,
Uh-huh.
and you have collected 100 already. So you
Okay.
can go ahead and post it. Yes.
Okay.
You can click the unapplied amount, and you
Unapply.
can.
Oh, and apply now?
Yes, apply now.
Okay. And
And then, okay, we don't have anything, so you have to go to the drop down and change.
change. Okay. Settled or
So,
All.
no,
oh,
the
oh.
all.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then, okay, we have two claims with patient responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
You will be checking both of the boxes. Let's see if that works. So you can check both boxes.
Okay.
Right there. Yep, perfect. And now you can save.
Save. Oh, perfect.
Okay, and there you go. You just posted a patient payment.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then
all you have to do is refresh. Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's all we have to do with all of these then.
Yes, that is correct.
Got it. Okay. Do you remember how to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have to do that for that. Okay, I know we're gonna do apply now. I'm gonna walk myself
Okay.
through it, and there's nothing, so we select all.
Yeah, but this is not gonna work because we don't have any outstanding.
For
So if you
her.
go back to the AR agent, yeah,
Oh.
exactly. So you need to have outstanding and you need to have on applied. You need to have both
Okay,
for you to
gotcha.
be able to post them.
And that's why I was able to do it with this one, right? Okay, so
With Brent.
accounts
Yes, that is
receivable,
correct.
AR. Oh, okay, because they had outstanding and blah. So what about these? Because
Yes.
this was a cash pay patient who we collected the cash for. So we have to make an account for this one?
Well, that's a good question. Can you go back to your edit? Do you see your open windows? There is one that says find claim.
Find claim.
So let's go
Oh,
back
right
to your
here.
find claim.
Okay.
Yes.
Look for William
And
McGowan.
let's type in, yeah, I want you to look for William right here.
Okay.
So it
Search
says,
William.
do we have him?
Let's see. William. No.
Okay, we don't have him here, which means we don't have any claims in the system for him. So you have to create the claim for him.
We
Yes.
have to. Okay. And
Yeah.
that would be new claim, or is it an encounter?
Yes, if you are using the clinical side, there is an option, yeah, the charge capture. So you can go to this appointment and you can create the charge capture from the appointment.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. So that's all we have to do. Capture charge.
Go to it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that is correct.
In the note, and then it'll pull us over there. So we'll go into the notes. View, because you already signed. Capture. Oh, okay. And this was a tele.
Yeah, I am seeing the case. Do you see the case at the very top of the screen? It says like patient intake something. So I wanted to see
right here.
like yeah, insurance case. Can you click on the case right there?
Yep, right there.
I don't think there is any information within that case.
No, there
Is
isn't.
this like a cash pay?
Yes, cash pay.
Cash.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. That's why.
Okay.
That's why. Okay. So yeah.
So do we just approve the charge?
Yeah, but you need to add the charges and you need to add the diagnosis at the very top of the screen.
There you go. Okay. What'd you say? F41.1.
Anxiety, yeah.
What else?
And then the 99204 has no charges, so you have to add them.
So, this is confusing too, because they're both the same codes. This was an initial, so I don't understand why we have both, because they won't pay for both of these. And I tried to X this one out because this is a follow-up.
Okay.
I'm confused though.
Okay, so you can, yeah, for some reason it appeared in the charges like both. Maybe you add them before, but I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So can you go to where it says diagnosis number 3 at the far right?
Oh, here?
And can you click the 3 dots?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just click the 3 dots and remove it. I think there is an option to delete it or remove it.
Oh,
Delete, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but we can add one too, right? If we needed to.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And change that to 275.
To 275. Okay. Perfect. 275.
But there is one detail. When you are billing self-pay patients, you don't need to go to the billing side. So do you see how you have the diagnosis, you have the charges. If you scroll down, there is a payment information section. So go to the payment information optional. Can you click on that?
Optional?
Okay, yep.
Okay.
So now I want you to click on add existing payment or assign existing payment. There is like a field.
You see it?
Assign existing payment.
Okay.
And this will show you, let's see, do you have anything populating when you click on that or?
No, this will be the first time maybe. So do I put a date?
Oh, there you go. There you go. Do you see how it says 10/21/2024,
Yes.
275?
Oh.
That's the payment that you collected before from the patient.
Oh,
so now you are assigning the patient payment to this charge, and you can go down and say approve. So now you can approve the charge, and you don't have to go to billing for anything at all.
Oh, cool.
You can approve it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And okay, perfect. So any cash pay. Now, if the patient, because we do have some that we select that they are cash pay, we still have to go through that same step. Go capture the charge and put in that.
Yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
That is right. But you don't have to go to the billing, right?
Okay.
You saw how you were adding the charges, approving the charges from here, so you don't have to go to billing for like the report and everything. That will be only for the insurance payments.
Okay.
Perfect.
Makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that helps a lot. So I don't have to worry about him coming over. He didn't come over to billing side at all.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. But only for cash payment patients,
Just
right?
for
When you are
cash.
billing the insurance, it will be, you need to send it to the billing. That is
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay. Great. That's been
All right.
awesome. Now we probably will take advantage of the information you left earlier about the help in here. And
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And training
Absolutely.
resource, right? Was it training resource?
Well, the training resources is for you to register for any other session if you want. But if you want to send an email or a question to the training team, you can go to customer care. Yes.
Customer care. Okay, I was trying to want my training.
Attention to Natalia.
Attention, Natalia.
Attention, Natalia. Yes,
Okay.
and I'll be working your case.
Awesome. Now, do you know Amy?
Amy Mora.
Amy.
Mora. Amanda Mora.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my gosh.
I do. Yes.
We
Is
love
she your
Amy. Yeah, she was our onboarding. And tell her we said hello. And you sound like her. You remind us of Amy.
Very patient.
Yeah,
Really?
very patient. We love
that's
it.
nice.
So thank you. You guys do an awesome
You
job.
are very welcome. Yes, you are very welcome. Thank you for joining, both of you. I hope that will be helpful.
It
Yes,
will.
thank you.
It will. So we'll probably see you tomorrow. Hopefully you're running the course tomorrow, but whoever you guys put out there, they're doing an awesome job. So thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it.
Thank
you so much.
You have a good day.
Have a
okay?
nice day, both of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.